Hey guys, welcome back. Okay, so today you've already seen from the thumbnail, I am going to be trying to use the Boxycharm this month to create a mermaid look. Out of the Halloween looks I've done so far, this one has got me disappointed. I wanted to try out the whole technique of using the fishnet stockings to create the mermaid. Now that works. It works very, very well. It does make it incredibly easy to do. However, because I was limited to using the stuff out of the Boxycharm, it didn't exactly work the way I wanted to, and there's this green in the palette that I attempted to incorporate because I wanted to do like a washed up mermaid, like she's gotten seasick and she was washed up, and have the green mixed in with the blues and the purples. And you'll see during the application process it didn't really work out, so there was a bunch of stuff that I really had to finagle around with. But anywho, let's get right into what's going on inside the box, because this month what I decided to do is I've actually had the box for like 2 weeks now, and I've been using the products that come inside the box to see how they work before actually coming on camera to speak about them. So more than just a first impression, I can actually give you full on, review of what I'm dealing with here. In a second, you're about to see me jump into the application process using the mask. I use it for the 15 minutes and then I take it off. But without further ado, that's enough about what's going on here. Now, I did leave my hair, I took it out of a braid and then I left it with the waves that came out of it. You could use a wave styler, and that would help you get more beachy mermaid waves. If you're looking for more of a glam type mermaid, there are plenty of tutorials out there. I think I've mentioned before, I really steer clear of the more glam side of stuff because I think that gets overdone a lot, and I like the more scarier, uglier, more like just disgusting looking things. Again, this is not totally disgusting, but it's not what I was going for, so I'm just, this one's kind of like got me, I don't know, but I did film the video and I didn't want it to go to waste, and again, it was using all the Boxycharm products. So enough rambling. I'm like really rambling. Let me get on with it and we'll get started. So you can tell I've been using that other charcoal mask since forever, because peeling this off right now would have normally killed me before, but I'm so accustomed to it now. So I've had a lot of serious dry flakes all the way up into my scalp, dry scalp, everything else. So this worked really well to pull up those dry flakes up off my face, to smooth the skin underneath. I have to say that I still really do like the SoFreshSoClean charcoal mask that I normally use much better, but this one did do its job. The lace piece I don't think is essential, but I did like it a lot for helping to grip it, to just peel it off. But most charcoal masks, once they dry, you can peel them up off anyway, so there's that. Now I'm gonna go rinse the rest of the stuff up off my face, and then we're gonna get started up into the makeup look, and then we'll end this off with all my final thoughts on everything here. Okay, so here's nothing special. I'm just getting started with any foundation that I want. I picked one of the lightest ones I had, and I was sure to use a matte foundation so that once I used it and I went over it with a satin finish setting powder, it would be sure to stay on my face and not transfer or be peeled up anytime that I use the stocking to cover my face. Now here I'm using a fishnet stocking that I just bought for this tutorial from the mall, and I tie it over my face so that it has the best grip and it stretches. Now I'm going into that blue in the Pure Cosmetics palette, and I'm just going around the perimeter of my face, usually where you would put some bronzer. I'm using patting motions to set that in. I don't want to use strokes because I want it to really pick up the fishnet look. Now I'm using that purple. I'm going into the contours of my cheeks and just below the blue that I put on my forehead. And I'm going and tapping a little bit more across my chin. I did put some on my nose, but in a little while you'll see that I actually end up removing it because it turns out I ended up just looking like I had frostbite and I didn't like it. So I did take off the stocking because I wanted to see what it looked like. And this part I love because you can actually take off the stocking and put it back on as many times as you want, and you don't ruin the makeup underneath. So I felt like the green that I'm putting here from the Pure Cosmetics palette, it was supposed to kind of make me look very sickly and you know, almost like green at the gills, like some people say. It didn't work. I'm kind of now deciding to just go ahead and do my eyes as I consider how I want to go back and fix that later. But for now, I'm taking the blue in the palette, I'm patting that across my eyelid, and then in a second I'm going to grab this rounded blending brush here, and I'm going back into the purple, blending that into the crease. I started noticing that it was picking up the blue and actually kind of removing it, and then the purple was kind of fading off into nothing. So I tap into that mauvey pink color and I use that instead in the crease. And once again, I'm going back with the stocking because I feel like now what I want to do is just use that pink to kind of fill in those gaps where the green didn't really show as much as I wanted it to. And I also ended up noticing that as I tried to put that pink down on top of the green, it really wouldn't let the pink show. Like the green was just doing something odd that wasn't letting the pink show as much as it did in other areas of my face. So I ended up just kind of giving up on that. I went back to the blue shadow so that I can sweep that under my eyes, and then I pick up this blue liner that I have from Maybelline, and I'm using that in my waterline. Now here we are, we're going into the IT Cosmetics mascara, and I'm just curling my lashes, and then I'm going to go ahead and sweep the mascara through. And now I'm taking the Kat Von D liquid lip, and I'm just going to go ahead and sweep that across my lips. Okay, so you've seen what I was able to do, what I was able to put together, little issues I've had. So, what are you going to do? Now, as usual, I'm going to go down the list of products as they appear on the card, and we're going to talk about everything. The IT Cosmetics Superhero Elastic Stretch Volumizing Mascara for $24. Absolutely not. I don't like this mascara at all. I think, no, absolutely not. There's so many drugstore options that do incredible things for your lashes. Physicians Formula Killer Curves, one of my top favorites. The L'Oreal Lash Paradise. Like, there's just so many that really do great things that this was so disappointing. It actually flaked off my lashes a lot. I would end up getting flakes on my cheeks. It ended up smudging in the corners of my eyes and the bottoms, and it doesn't really do much. Like, I barely get length out of it. There is no volumizing at all. So for $24, absolutely not. Even if this was drugstore prices, I still wouldn't pay for it because I don't think it's worth it. Moving on from there, the Dermovia Lace Appeal Black Bamboo Charcoal Peel Off Mats for $30 for a pack of 2. No way, Jose. You've already seen, or if you haven't, I do have videos on it where I use the SoFreshSoClean Charcoal Cleanser Peel Off Mask from Walmart. Well, you can actually find that in most drugstores. And it comes in a jar that's for like $6 and you get 8 uses out of it, and that thing is incredible. I've used it non-stop. I've talked about it non-stop. There is no need to spend $30. So while the mask worked and it did a pretty good job, the SoFreshSoClean, which is so much cheaper, does so much of a better job, and it's much more affordable, and you get many more uses out of it. And that whole lace thing feels more like stocking material. And second of all, it just is not worth it. There's just no, well, maybe it is real lace. I mean, it doesn't feel like it though. Like I said, it feels like stocking material. But moving along from there, the Pure Cosmetics, what is it? Pure the Complexion Authority Midnight Masquerade Palette. The colors are okay. They're not as vibrant as I would have liked them to be. Using them as eyeshadows, trying to blend them together, one color would fade out the other. So I put the blue down first, but as soon as I started trying to blend the purple in, it started taking away the blue. And then I went in with that other color, which is more like a pinky mauvey color, and then it started to take away the purple. So I would have expected more quality for that. For $38, absolutely not. There are drugstore prices. You have brands like Colourpop, brands like Morphe that actually do give you better quality stuff for much cheaper prices. So to spend $38 and to get quality like that, I'm not impressed at all. Now, as far as the Kat Von D Everlasting Liquid Lipstick for $20, I think it's worth it. This is not my color. I was so disappointed because I actually went on Boxycharm's Instagram to see what other colors would have been available, and I think I would have preferred just about any other one except for this bubblegum pink, and of course I get stuck with the bubblegum pink. Aside from it not being my color, this wears amazingly well. It is very comfortable on the lips. It does last all day long through eating and everything. Now mind you, I didn't really eat anything too greasy, so you know, let's keep that in mind. But through eating, drinking from a straw all day long, even brushing my teeth, because I have a liner, so I definitely take care of my teeth all day long. I brush, floss, do all that. It lasted through all of that, through my work day and everything. It's $20, and again, I'm not someone who runs through my liquid lipsticks very often, so I don't mind investing in them, and I think $20 is a very fair price for this. And last but not least is the Pharmacy Beauty Green Clean, which I have actually used before. I don't know how well you'll be able to tell on camera, but I've been using this a lot this week to take off my makeup after my work day. This stuff is incredible. It has an incredibly light, fresh, clean scent. It works so well. This is $22. I think it's so worth it, and I don't say that very often for stuff that's higher priced like this, because I don't think you're going to use much of it for a week's worth of use, and I've barely scratched the surface, quite literally. And there is this oily feeling once you put it on your face, and you think that it's going to leave this really greasy, oily feeling after you've washed it off. Absolutely not. It's incredible the way this works. Your skin still ends up feeling so perfectly clean, so smooth, and you really feel like you got the day's worth of makeup and gunk off your face. Like whatever airborne pollutants and anything that could have been on your face, you feel like that is all gone. So for how much product you get versus how much little you use and how very well this works, I think it's incredible, and I freaking love it. I love it. I would absolutely buy this again once I've gone through it, because I think it's just worth it. And I've used other cleansers that leave a really greasy feeling on the face, or an oily feeling, or just some type of filmy feeling on the face where you feel like you still have to go in and wash over it. This rinses so clean that you truly feel fresh face, like you've just woken up and gotten out of the shower, and that alone is so worth it to me. So I absolutely love this, and I cannot wait to continue using it. And that brings us to the end of this month's Boxycharm. That's all that I have for you today. If you have any other questions about any of the items that I mentioned, you can please ask them down below, and I'll be more than happy to answer them for you. If you have not already, please comment, rate, subscribe, or hit that notification bell. You all have an amazing rest of the week and wherever you are, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.